This is Sports Chasers, where real fans get real sports talk. No hot takes, no narratives, just objective perspective, honest debate, and everything happening across the sports landscape. Now, let's join the chase.
Hey, good evening, everybody. What's happening, everybody? It's another edition of the Sports Chasers coming to you live and direct here on a Thursday night, February 12th, 2026. Here, man, out here on the East, 7 p.m., 7:06 to be exact, man. Thank you for joining us tonight, man. Hey, make sure you like, click, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit all the bells for all the notifications. And those that listen to the sound of my voice on the podcasting side, you do what? Give me that what? That 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-star review, 5-star review. Love us or hate us. Let us know how we're doing, as you so eloquently do every week on all social media platforms, whether it be YouTube, whether it be Facebook, TikTok, X. Y'all name it, y'all do it, man. So we appreciate that, man. Let's meet the crew tonight. D-Dubs, what's up, sir? How are you tonight, sir?
Yo, what's up? It's Thursday night, man. Man, I tell you, when life beats you down, and the sports world beats you down, I tell you, man, man. I hope Dan got it tonight, man, because I don't have it.
Shout out to Black. Nah, you got it. I'm gonna give you.
I'm gonna bring the energy.
Yeah.
As much as I can, stomach to pull it out of here, man.
Oh man, yeah. Let's welcome our resident hockey guy, our main man, Dan K. Dan been with us in a while. I gotta give him some applause. Dan, what's up?
Good evening, folks.
Hey, Team USA 5-1.
Yeah. I just got done watching that game not too long ago.
Yeah, I know you were.
We'll get into that, but yeah, I had to dust off the equipment. Live from the executive branch. We're here tonight.
He's had to dust off the equipment, man. DA should be joining us.
Yeah, I heard that, man. I went over somebody's head, but I got it. I got it,
man.
Moving on.
Yeah, man.
Moving on.
Shout out to all those guys in their absence. To Mike, to E, also to Ryan, man. Shout out to those fellas. They would not be on tonight, man. But hey, man, things to get into sports wise. We had our Super Bowl this past week. We'll talk about the ratings there. Dan, real quick. Dan wasn't able to be on Monday, so Dan, give us like 90 seconds. Your thoughts on this Super Bowl, if that.
You talking about the punt, pass, and kick?
The punt, pass, and kick.
Oh, that. I'm sorry. Like, yes, we love good defense, but oh my God, 4 field goals first half. New England had 51 yards in the first half. Yeah, it was hard to watch, but shout out to McDonald, the head coach from Seattle. He got those boys turned around real fast. Since taking over, got them the championship, and their offense didn't play that well, but the defense came. So I don't know. I mean, like I said, I was about ready to fall asleep in their recliner. It was hard to watch.
He said it was hard to watch.
I mean, if that's your team playing, maybe that's good. Maybe that's a different story. But
I was about to ask you that. I said, now if the Steelers were playing, you would have been on it.
That's different. If the Steelers defense did that to them, I'd be like, oh yeah, great. But if the offense sputtered like that, I'd still be saying the same thing. Like, what are we doing?
Right.
I mean, at one point we had 14 punts, and there was 12 points scored in the third quarter. Thank goodness for Mr. Walker.
So you saying it's a bad game, Dan? That's what you're saying?
To watch.
Not for me, but okay.
Like I said, hey, people love defense, but I didn't tune in to watch punt, pass, and kick.
Hey, man, coaches got coach. I'm just watching. Sideline reporter. That's me.
Shout out to the DA. What's up, sir? How are you tonight?
Man, I'm good. Yeah, I'm
Okay, good. Okay.
Got ulcers. So I'm trying to.
You got what?
Ulcers, man.
Oh man, damn, we gotta help you get some
Pep that.
Over here.
I took some medicine already, so before I start to fall asleep, trying to get my stuff in.
Well, let me get you in here then.
It was a good game, good Super Bowl. I really didn't expect much more for them. But this is not bad for the NFL. You got two teams that got there the best way they could get there. Now, I'm gonna throw my betting thing out the door on it. But you got teams that got there the best way they could get there. I think them getting to where they got actually shined a light on other teams that should have got there, and them not getting there. That they beat, and you're like, wow, this team, maybe this coach really ain't doing a good job here, or maybe this is not happening, maybe that's not happening. Because you talk Rams lose. Your man with the howitzer arm, they lose. It makes a lot of teams have to reevaluate what they've been doing over the last 5-6 years. You know what I'm saying? Because the teams that were supposed to be building to the Super Bowl are not there, especially on the AFC side. It's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? Well, Seattle kind of whipped everybody's butt all year. So, and so did the Patriots. But you think with the Patriots, just like you thought with the Bills and with the Patriots before, they really don't have a good division, right? So their only competition in games are going to be the Bills in their division all year. They beat the Jets twice. That's 2 easy wins. Beat Miami, 2 easy wins. Their division is still not that good. They're the AFC East. And I don't know who they played in the NFC last year, who their cross was. I think it was the NFC South, which, again, pretty easy. When they got to the playoffs, man, that defense and their defense wasn't great, but it would look like, I think, a dude from the Texans was looking at their defense like he was playing at the steel curtain. He could do nothing, So, hey, it's all good. All good, man. I thought it was a good game. And next year, we'll see what the draft happens. And, of course, dudes are going to want offense, and that's not bad. But there are secrets to why defense is probably easier to get good first. And you got to kind of ride that. Most teams do that. The Steelers in the 70s, the defense gets good first, and then you put everything else around that. So it was a good game to me, at least. So, hope both of those teams continue to grow, continue to make things happen. Did dude take the job at the Raiders yet? He's not, done yet?
Kubiak already took it.
He took it. Yeah, he took it already.
Okay, so all right, we'll see what happens, man.
He took it already.
We'll see what happens.
All right. Well, with that said, I'm going to stay in the football vein here. Let me just do this real quick. Medal count for the Olympics. The Olympics are going on. The current medal list there. Well, let me stay in the football vein, the NFL vein. This from Front Office Sports and the Cleveland Browns president David Jenkins, and this is from Front Office Sports. He says this. He says he openly acknowledged that the team is currently easy to pick on due to their inconsistency since 2012. The Browns have missed the playoffs 12 out of 14 seasons under current ownership. Jenkins says the organization trusts a data-driven process in the decisions. Example, coaching search, background checks, philosophy alignment, and rejects misleading labels like essay writing and interviews. Their recent head coaching hire, Todd Monken, came from a data-informed search that included personality elements and deeper vetting, he says.
Stop, man.
Stress, patience, and consistent information flow as key parts of building a competitive franchise. The broader ownership portfolio includes teams beyond the NFL, and Jenkins frames long-term success as the priority. Brown State
Lies. Can't believe a word you say. Lies. Can't believe a word you say.
Hey, transparency in leadership. Go ahead, DA. That's one of my talking points. Your thoughts on what Mr. Jenkins is saying.
Yeah. So you put in the computer and Todd Monken is what came out? Is this what you're telling me? Stop, man. Listen, he may be a great coach. I don't know. He's done what he's done in the league. It hasn't been super bad. You know, there are a lot of questions around things he's done as an assistant, you know, but, you know, we'll see if he can bring it to fruition with Cleveland. It's more than coaching, it's playing, it's the did your data tell you to give Deshaun Watson a guaranteed contract? Yeah, throw that fucking computer out. If the computer told you to do that. So I boy, I hate when people disrespect our intelligence.
I love that DA's back on camera.
That's all. I'm really not. Wow. Your computer said you put whatever formula down. You put in the computer and it said give Deshaun Watson $230 million guaranteed. Man,
Never.
I want to go work there.
Never.
I got to go. I got my computer needs to say that.
Yeah. Those everybody else's.
Yeah, I listen. Okay. Data driven, whatever, man. Whatever. Football is definitely art and science. So data has a part to play. Right. So there's an art part of it. You know the game, so forth and so on. But there's definitely a data aspect of it that must be looked at, but it's what happens during the game, man, and it's not Monken himself, it's his staff, who he gets on staff. And, because the draft, I would assume you got some good players because you've been last every goddamn year or close to it. Now, the weird thing that's going to happen, and mark my words, that fool over there playing defensive end, next year he'll start complaining about getting out. When he had the option to get out this year. But he will do it. He will do it. He will do it. So I would just trade him now. And start all over. Get it popping. Get it popping, man. I don't care how popular he is. 2 years, he's going to start complaining. So, I would just get rid of him and try to get some younger players. Start all over. Nothing wrong with that. You look at what's happening, right? You got, if you're a coach, it's happening with the Texans are young, Denver's young, New England's young. Go ahead. Man, listen, that's your division. Dan, what you got for me?
That computer's got a virus. It's been feeding them lies for the last 20, 30 years. Yeah, they've been bad. They've had high draft picks, and what comes out of that? Nothing. And you're talking about Myles Garrett, like he won the win. And then he took the bag. Now he's kind of stuck there. Now his defensive coordinator, Schwartz, who was, interviewing for the job, and I believe he had 2 interviews, and then they chose this other guy, and he's like, I'm out.
Yeah.
So now you got to get a DC to replace him. And how's Myles going to play in the new system?
I would take Schwartz at the Niners. I'm telling you.
There's going to be a lot of people going to take him. And the problem is a lot of people already hired a bunch of people because you had that wave of stuff.
Yeah.
And it was late that they decided to take, Munchkin or whatever. Munchkin. Maybe he goes to the Raiders. Well, I think he might have to give up. They might Tomlin. They might have to give up compensation.
Yeah, for him.
Have him come right back because I think he still has time on his contract.
Yeah,
but yeah,
he was with the Ravens, right? Where's Munkin at?
Yeah. So you guys lucked out. He's not coming to New York to the Giants because wasn't he the OC for Baltimore?
Yeah.
And it was weird. We never. Well, there you go. Forget. I'm sorry, Kev. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, yeah, he was supposed to. It looks like, well, all accounts, he was going to come to the Giants, and then it just didn't work out. And the Giants signed who they got, and That's
I
where
think
we're
it
at.
was one of those deals that like the offer was there if he didn't find a head coaching job.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
But to get back to the Cleveland hiring, how many guys turned down even interviewing with them?
Me, I did. Come out.
I want to say there was like at least 3 of them.
4. It was me. They called, and I was like, "Yo, man, what y'all offering?" I said, "Y'all giving up any ginger snaps?"
They told you to write that essay, and you said, "Nah, not happening."
Look, man, I'm gonna go to Chat GPT, and we'll be right back. I'll get it right back to you. Get it right back to you. Chat this out here.
The paid version.
But it was funny
man.
when your coach said that, when Harbaugh was saying, "Yo, I'm waiting for Todd," and I didn't think about it then, So I guess Monken might have already known that, at least he had the interview with the Browns, and it was a good interview. I guess I'll leave it at that. And he probably told Harbaugh, hold off for a minute, but the Giants were like, we ain't waiting. We have to get an offense coordinator because the draft is coming up. So we gotta know what offense we're running, what we're doing, that, all those things. But yeah, that's kind of wild, man. That's kind of wild for real. I didn't think he was I don't think he's not highly sought after in my mind, because I haven't seen like a lot of improvement per se out of the offense in Baltimore. So with the players, and I always, like I said, I always measure things against how much you're spending. And he said, "Oh, it's a good offense." Well, not for the money that they spent. It wasn't a good offense. But we'll see what happens.
D-Dubs, your thoughts on the Browns in this article?
Darryl? Oh, you got no thoughts?
Is it frozen? Oh, he looks frozen.
Go.
He looks frozen and pissed off.
Get mad.
Damn it, he wanted Munkin.
But then, so you've been in the division, right? Munkin never really, I don't think he ever really fulfilled, like, got to where we thought he was going to be as a what you call him. So I don't know.
Because he always quit going away from the run with. So he gave us a few wins. So it's going to be a little harder this year.
Boy, say that. Number 1 running team in football, and what you do, you get to the playoffs, not run. Like he had a trick or some shit. I can't do it, man.
You say you can't do it. Is D-Dub with us? Is he still frozen? Yeah, it looked like he had.
I think he's researching the NBA All-Star game, I think.
Let me go to some breaking news here. Let me go to the next one. I'll catch you with the next one. Tonight, and this just happened a few minutes ago, a federal judge, this is from Yahoo Sports, and this is from Ross Dillinger of Yahoo Sports. Just a few minutes ago, a federal judge granted Ole Miss quarterback Trinidad Chambers an injunction allowing him to play in the 2026 season. Chambers had eligibility concerns that would have prevented him from playing. The injunction temporarily blocks enforcement of NCAA restriction. Hold on 1 second. Did I get DW in here? And he's still okay. He's still all right. He's still there. You're not just closing no more. The ruling signals that the courts are increasingly willing to intervene in NCAA decisions. The case is part of a growing trend of athletes challenging eligibility rules. Decision could impact how the NCAA enforces transfer and eligibility limits beyond and moving forward. Ole Miss gains a major competitive advantage with this ruling. So, are we encountering an era where every eligibility dispute is going to go to court? I'll give it to I'll give it to DA. Your thoughts on this?
No, it's not. I just am not sure. Like, I got to read it a little bit more. I did read it the first time, and I was like, well, he transferred from what you call them, what's that school? From the school, the Division II school, won a championship there, And I thought there was always a provision for kids that transfer D2 going up. But so I thought he was taking advantage of that. Because this, I think, it'd be 5 years. I think it'll be 5. I thought no,
6.
It'd be 6.
Number 6.
6.
Yes, sir.
So, damn, how many years is he doing the D2? Only because I only thought he was at Ole Miss 2 years, if that. So, but whatever it is, who knows, man? Who he might have been playing at Queens College. I don't know. He could have been all over the place. I think 6 years is too much. But
hey, 6 years. I got one better for you. The angry fan just hit me up. So Montana linebacker earns 9th season of NCAA eligibility for 2026. Following Talapupo began his career with USC in 2018.
Wow. Like there are kids like younger than his career. Like he's like what 8, 9. Well, I don't know, man. Listen, COVID again. I say this all the time, man, and I'm very serious about this. This is all because the NCAA never got out in front of anything like COVID, how that's going to work, eligibility, kids ain't playing, this, that, all those things, transfer rules, so forth and so on. I thought it was 5.
This is year number 6, sir.
Right.
Well, the tight end for Miami had like 8 years.
Yeah. And so the guy that's at Miami now, linebacker, he's looking for his 7th year now to play this year. It's almost a thing, and I'm not saying it is, but from outside looking in, it looks like, okay, I played my senior year, and my draft stock is not where I thought it was going to be. I'm moving somewhere else, and I'm trying to, come back and play somewhere else. My thought would be, why don't you use that USFL thing with The Rock? Go out there and do your thing, and then go to the NFL. My only problem with all of these things, fellas, is that its impact on the high school kids coming in, right? Because, you're causing a bottleneck by remaining in college football because you can only have a certain amount of kids on the team. And if you're there 10 years, a bunch of kids that may have wanted to go that can't go. That's all. So I've always had this whole thing, everything, the money, the NIL, the transfer portal, all this, the people that get hurt are the high school kids. The scholarships have been taken. You can't get scholarships. Dudes are staying 10 years, so now you have to wait. Where are you waiting at? Right? So then you become a 10-year player because you're waiting to play. They got to ship those. And now I'm not the smartest man in the world, but I'm asking, why can't you just move them to the USFL? 5 years, if you don't get drafted to the NFL, there's a spot for you on the USFL team.
Well, that means you have to create a partnership with the USFL.
Yeah. But they're not going to do that. The NCAA don't create partnerships. They are arrogant. They are probably the most arrogant of all of the outfits. I mean, NBA, NFL, NHL, MLB. The NCAA is probably the most arrogant of all of them because it would be very simple. And if they don't see this being a problem and going to continue to be a problem, you have to shut it off at 5 unless there's a hell of a reason. So I don't know what Chambliss went into the feds and told them. I don't know what he told them to get the injunction. I don't know. Kevin, does it tell you what his argument was?
Let me just go back to the original article here. What was you asking again? I'm sorry.
What was his argument to get him the injunction?
Chambliss petitioned the NCAA for a medical waiver that would have granted him another year of eligibility tied to a respiratory condition he experienced back in 2022.
Okay.
Ultimately, NCAA denied it on a couple occasions, leading Chambliss to take his case to court.
So he should have been red. He's saying he should have been gray shirted but he was on the team for a year. He was sick. He didn't play.
He had a typical redshirt campaign in 2021
Right.
before playing each of his last 3 seasons from 2021 through 2024. He was a player at Division II Ferris State.
So at Ferris State,
at
they
the
were supposed to give. He's saying he was supposed to get a gray shirt at Ferris,
Correct.
and he didn't get it. So he was an active player. Probably didn't play 2022, I guess, and then in 2023, I think they won the championship, national championship 2023, 2024. One of those years they won the national championship, and then he came up and played for Mississippi. I think he was only there 1 year. This year was his first year at Mississippi. So look, I'm looking at something now. So he's saying he's telling them, I should have got gray shirted 1 year, and they didn't give me a gray shirt.
Per my question when I first started, and you said no, not every thing should go to court.
I don't know why any of these things go to court. I don't know why we let the federal government inside of freaking football. Not sure, unless they got cocaine in the footballs. I don't see fentanyl in the balls. Fenton balls.
I don't know, man. Like I said, this is breaking news, and like I said, I'm with you. Had they got ahead of this, we probably would not have even been here. But they didn't. Now this is what we got.
I bet you The Rock would do it. I bet you money The Rock would say, "Yo, listen, I'll take those kids." Because they are really playing football over there in the USFL thing. Yeah. They are really balling. Like they're playing real football. It's not like fake ball. So, and if you get the names to go there, before they go to the NFL, everybody wins. It's a win-win-win. That's where I see it.
Yep. Okay. Definitely. Let me go on to another. Dan, did you have anything else on this? So you was good on this, sir.
My only thing is, like the said, they got to get ahead of it. They almost need to sit down and write rules for eligibility, rules for NIL, rules for transferring. And if they got to shut NIL down for the kids for 1 year to implement all this stuff, and then from that day forward, that is how it works. That's what they got to do, because this is crazy.
Yeah, man.
Dude, ninth year of eligibility. Wait, he's going to be what? If he's in
35.
He'll be like 27, 28 in college playing football against 18-year-old.
Be a creepy dude on campus, Hey, girl. What I got?
Dan, I can't do the voice because I'm sick. But I would do that voice. I would be like, but you was not saying that with Indiana.
Nobody knew. That was the biggest thing in the country, that they didn't tell anybody until you, like me, being a nerd. I went and looked on the doggone roster. I was like, what the hell? How? What? And then they slipped and said, okay, this is how many transfers came in. And this is where they were in 2025, 2020. This is they was ranked this, their class. They had like 2 top classes in 2023 and 2024. And then the class coming in 2025 was only the quarterback, like another dude, came. And he wasn't highly touted. He's a good quarterback. He came from University of California. But, he got there. Everybody gets better if the team's great. That's what I say, man. Everybody looks to be a great player if the team is great. That's all.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. D-Dubs, do you have anything? I'm gonna move on to something with baseball here.
Go ahead, move on. I have nothing for the NCAA. Keep on beating a dead fucking horse. Go ahead. Excuse me.
February. This is from Front Office Sports from Everett Fisher, and he says this. I'm saying this. The Dodgers, their staggering $401 million luxury tax payroll isn't just a headlines figure. It's a flashpoint in a growing between big market spending, competitive balance concerns, and the looming Major League Baseball labor negotiation that could shape the future of the sport. So the LA Dodgers, they are paying a 2026, their luxury tax payroll sits at, their luxury tax payroll for 2026 sits at $401.1 million, driven in part by adding stars outfielder Kyle Tucker. The figure more than quadruples the luxury tap payroll of low-spending teams like the Marlins, emphasizing a widening economic gap across MLB. The imbalance is now a central issue heading into labor talks between MLB and the MLB Players Association, with a lockout widely expected and a current collective bargaining agreement set to expire December 1st, 2026. Commissioner stance: MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred acknowledges fans' concerns about competitiveness tied to such outlays, but also points to the global appeal driven by elite teams like the LA Dodgers. Regional sports network revenue, their declining RSN business models are creating short-term revenue challenges, especially for smaller market clubs, affecting the overall economics as labor talks approach. Owners approved a rule requiring base coaches to stay in designated boxes, a small but newsworthy piece of broader change amid the tense labor climate. I don't know what that had to do with everything, but I guess it did. And the sale of the Padres, ongoing activity around the sale of the San Diego Padres signals shifts at the ownership level, another factor in the evolving MLB business landscape. So, a couple weeks ago, I want to say about 3 weeks ago, we had our resident baseball guy, Al. He came on here, and Al, I think it was Al, DA, and D Dubs. They came on here, and well, maybe I'll let D Dubs talk to it because he was on the show. What happened during that show? What did y'all talk about a little bit? I wish I had that queued up, but I don't.
Basically, can you hear me?
I can hear you,
basically,
you're good.
we was just talking about, how the Dodgers is just allocating money because they know what they want. Again, if you go out, you and your lady, I think me and DA put it like this. If you go out, you know what I'm saying, you want to go out on a Friday night, you put away a little bit of money so you could have that ribeye steak. So you could have that. What's that? That tomahawk?
Tomahawk,
right?
yeah.
You put money away so you could do that. There's no difference. They allocate money to put away, and they're able to do that. So I'm not mad. Can't be mad at the Dodgers because they put money away and decided to go after what they want. But go ahead, D.
If I may, and Al is a big proponent. He's like, yo, this is a competition. This is America. You do what you do to win, and whatever consequences come with winning, you're willing to accept that. And that would be the taxes, right? Now, that doesn't necessarily mean you have to win because, right, Toronto is there. Well, they got a pretty good hot payroll. But Milwaukee was there, you know? So it doesn't necessarily mean you have to have the highest payroll.
You don't.
And going back to Dan, who's been saying this like 18 years, there has to be a floor. There has to be a floor amount that the owners have to spend.
Okay.
It's got to happen, right? Because if you do, then you'll increase your competitive balance just by bringing up your floor, and you'll get other teams in. Now, which means, and it's not a bad thing because if the teams at the top decide they want to go over the tax, then they can do it. But what you're saying is that the guys at the bottom will not be so woefully, away from those other teams because their owners refuse to spend. Now, again, you can win without spending, but you got to spend something. You got to spend something. Even on a 400-year-old Verlander, it costs something.
$12 million.
There you go. You got to spend it. So if he came back, if you're the owner of the Tigers, he says, "Yo, I think I got it for 1 year, man. Me and Scuba, we can do something, put some stuff around us. I feel that we can do something. We got bats, and they do. Maybe they think they can really make a run, and $12 million is not a lot of money if you believe that you can win a World Series. So that's all this is, man. I'm not mad at
until Verlander and Skubal have to go out and face an all pro all-star team at every freaking position.
But that's part of the game, man. I don't know.
It's not good for the game. You're hoarding all the best players in one city.
Oh, listen, but
am I hoarding or they Or they only going because the paper's there. They're not going because
but one team is hoarding all the players.
But if someone else is willing to spend that 12, let's just use our $12 million number, Dan.
Hey, if that's what they want to do, I'm fine with it.
Yeah,
because at the end of the day, the entire product for that entire league is going to go down.
And that's because
and nobody's going to care that they have 9 all-stars in the field at one time, because nobody's going to be watching, because they're all like, that team's going to win. Who cares?
And that's also because, Dan, you said it now, that is also because the other teams don't have a floor that they have to spend above. But I understand what you're saying, but it won't look so bad if, whoever, what's it, the Marlins, right, Kev?
The Marlins.
If the Marlins don't spend $100,000 for the whole team, they're under $100,000. Come on, man. I mean, at least let the fans know that you're trying to do something. And if you're not doing it personally, I think that the MLB should at least say you got to spend, $20 million in payroll.
Well, you're going to see the next CBA that there will be a floor, but there will be a hard ceiling also.
Oh yeah. I don't have a problem with ceiling. I don't have a problem either way.
You can't a hard ceiling. You can't go over.
But that's fine too to me, because listen.
Is that but
go ahead, Kev.
That sounds like a de facto salary cap.
Oh, that's what I'm saying is going to happen. You got owners pissed off that they're spending all this money and deferring it till like 2080.
Now that's the crazy part.
Well, yeah, I think
that that's shit's not going to happen anymore. It's going to be, you could spend up to $240 million, but you have to spend $100 million.
Right.
Nothing more, nothing less, or you're going to lose draft picks. You're going to get caught, fine money, whatever. But the league itself, you have a handful of big market teams that have the means and the money to be able to pay the players or draw the good players to their team,
right?
Because they're going to get paid the most.
But so let me ask you. So this is kind of the funny thing, right? So Kev, and you said this, right? Or no, Dan started it, and Kev, you jumped on it. The thing is with that, the foreign money, that's almost like it reminds me of Calipari taking advantage of some college rules or loopholes and making it work for him. Like nobody else is doing this. When I first heard it, I was like, what? Can you do that? I didn't even know you could do it.
But the Mets did it first. Bobby Bonilla is still getting
yeah.
Don't forget Bobby Bonilla Day.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, you're right.
Cash that $1 million check every year.
Listen, I got on the screen here. You guys can probably see it. The payroll tracker. The Marlins are last at $78 million. The I want to call them Indians. What is their name?
No way.
Guardians,
man.
94. Washington 100.
Respect, Paul.
Chicago. There's no way we're at 121. There's no way.
Well, they said this is as of today, man. So
I guess this offseason.
This 2026. Yes. You see your Pirates right there, Milwaukee, Athletics, Cincinnati.
That decimal's in the wrong spot.
What'd you say?
Yeah, decimals in the wrong spot. It's probably 2 to the left.
So the top 2 are the Dodgers and the Mets, and then you got the Yankees, Phillies, Blue Jays, Padres, Red Sox. And as you can see, you can go on and on and on and on. So, yeah.
The crazy thing, Kev, as like a consumer of goods, a household father, I would probably be madder at the top if I was at the top than I would be if I was at the bottom. Because if you're at the top, you're spending money and there's only one champion.
Yeah, you're not getting the results.
Everybody who spends all that money and don't win a championship, it's like, wow, because there's only one champion. There's only one. You know what I mean?
I guess you didn't pick the right players, man. I mean, that's what I was going to come down to.
Money.
Yeah.
I mean, who's won it 2 years in a row?
I mean,
who's been the top spending team in the last 2 years? Coincidence?
So they're spending their money wisely.
I don't know about wisely. You spend enough of it and you get enough good players, people can get hurt and you can overcome that because you have more better quality players below that because you're paying them too. They're just going to play themselves out of competition.
Yeah, I mean, it could happen.
So let me ask you a question. Is it that these teams don't have no money?
Oh, they do.
Not that kind of money.
No.
I mean, you got to think about it. Like when your Yankees were doing it in the past, they had their own TV network and ad dollars and all that stuff. So they had other
resources
to bring in money. Where your Cincinnati's, with DA and my Pirates, the Miamis, the Milwaukee's, a lot of these teams that are not in big markets that don't have their own television network, they don't have the same resources. It's more on ticket sales, merchandise, yada, yada, yada. It's not all the other things that they can bring in.
Right.
So that's why they have the luxury tax. So these smaller market teams that can't produce that income,
right,
get a cut of the people that are going batshit crazy and spending all the money. That money filters back to them to where they can spend it. Like I'm flabbergasted. We're at 120 million. Like I think we were probably 80, 90 million last year going into the season.
I understand what you're saying. I just
that's what I'm saying. Like that's why their luxury tax is there. And
yes.
these teams of those owners, the owners of these teams now are like, well, shit, we're getting money, but we still can't compete because they're deferring money. Now
that deferral thing, like we said, I think all of us were like, "Wow, hold on, stop."
But that's what I said. Like
that's a game changer. Yeah, that's a game changer.
And not only for one player, but they done it for multiple players. It's that now.
And anybody they sign around,
I could, I can understand that. I could stand. Okay, you did it for one player, but you're doing it for multiple players in the same year. Then that's.
So my question to the panel is. All right, we come to this work stoppage, right? And they say, hey, no more deferring. Do we just grandfather Ohtani's 30?
Yeah, you got to. It's just like you, Kev. You was just at the meeting for the police and the your union and the pension fund.
Right.
And certain things are going to be grandfathered because you was there. You can't.
Take if you was already in there, man, you got it. Just like I got grandfathered into Verizon. I mean, he was already in there, dog.
It just
he already got it.
You need to pay the money now.
Well, Dan says no. You need to pay the money up now.
Nah, Dan, I don't think.
If you're deferring it 40 years, and you're saying after the 2030 you can't do that. Well, come 2030, you got 4 years to figure out how to get him his money.
Yeah, 40 years is kind of wild, though.
In that contract.
That's a good point, Dan. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Because if you're going to do it, it needs to be done at a certain date and never happen after that.
I'll go around the panel real quick. I'll start with Dan. Dan, you think there'll be a work stoppage end of this year?
I think so. I just think that there's a lot of this stuff that we're talking about that has 16 teams below that don't like what's happening, and the players, they're not going to want to give that up. So I think it's going to be, maybe they get it done, but I can't go through another CBA. I'm so over this WNBA CBA.
Oh, yeah, Dan, we didn't get to that. Yeah.
I'm over.
Hey, me, what you told me, man.
Dan, we was trying to wait for the end.
I'm just saying. I don't need that again.
Be like, stop it. I know what you're doing. Stop it. Oh man. Let's move on. Let's move on here, and then I'm gonna get Dan. This right here probably gonna take out DA and D-Dubs here real quick. So I might as well just go ahead and just get on to it right now. And this is from yeah. Where's this from here? Oh no. Okay. This is from USA Today Sports, and this was 2 days ago. And the NBA, they got a tanking crisis going on, and Adam Silver looks like he can't ignore it.
He's get fired.
Multiple teams, NBA teams, and this is from home. Let me give him the credit here. This is written on the other day. Lorenzo Reyes from USA Today. And he says this: multiple NBA teams appear to be intentionally losing games this season to improve their draft lottery position, a phenomenon widely known as tanking. The Utah Jazz, Washington Wizards, and other franchises have strategically rested key players late in games or limited minutes, specifically to increase odds of landing favorable draft picks.
Yeah.
This isn't a new issue, but current incentives, especially with the top 8 protected picks and flattened lottery odds, have made tanking more prevalent and blatant. Commissioner Adam Silver and league officials are now being pressed to confront the problem, with discussions expected around All-Star Weekend and beyond. Don't forget, this weekend is NBA All-Star Weekend.
Not watching.
Proposals referenced in league discussions including limiting pick protections, locking lottery odds after a certain date, or other structural reform, though no guarantee fix is on the docket yet. The tanking trend raises concerns about competitive integrity, fan engagement, and the value of a regular season game when losing becomes a strategic objective. I'll chime in first.
Yes, please.
I'll chime in first. The other night, I was just scrolling through, and I saw the Utah Jazz play. These Utah Jazz, right? You know, I think they got 17 or 18 wins.
Got eight left, y'all. 8 left.
And it looks like the coach looks like he just sat the whole
it's crazy.
bench.
It's crazy. Yo.
I was like, is he gonna bring everybody back?
Yeah, they was winning, and he sat.
It was winning.
All the starters, like all the stars, sat down and told them to get coffee.
I was like, man, this is a problem. And you know, I got a little gray in my beard, yes, and I've been watching the NBA for a long time. And I could tell you, maybe Dan can attest to this, but I know these 3 gentlemen, we all used to be up in New York on a good Tuesday night watching Knicks and Bullets when the Wizards were the Bullets. And we would watch that game, and those guys would give effort. They would be competitive. And I can't say that in the year 2026. Players are faster. Players are stronger. Players they have chartered flights. They don't fly with the rest of us peasants in TSA. You know what I'm saying? They get catered to as far as chefs, as far as all types
of hyperbolic chambers and shit.
Ice baths.
Yeah.
And
go out of space for a month, you know.
Saunas.
And you're telling me, and you know, shout out to all my guys that do NBA only shows and podcasts and stuff like that, man. But I honestly feel sometimes you gotta call this stuff out, man. It's not right. And at the end of the day, man, the fan is what's important. It's the fan that makes all of this happen. It wasn't for the fans spending that $11 on that hot dog with no mustard, no ketchup.
Man,
you know
dry hot dog. Dry.
That's free now, though.
You know what I'm saying?
Hot dog is $12.
You go park. I lived in 3 places, and Madison Square Garden, we'll count that out because you just take the subway up there.
Yeah.
No, in Charlotte and down here in South Florida. You want to go see the Heat? You want to go see the Hornets? Parking starts at $40.
Ooh.
Right? You know, 20. I'll put a lower in $25, man. So man,
somebody's house. yo, I'm here for the game. I'll be back.
Hey, at Tampa and Jacksonville for the football games, being that their stadiums in vicinity of residential areas, yeah, absolutely, you absolutely do that. But anyway, getting back to the original point, yo, man, that's not right, man. Y'all gotta stop this, man. And it might sound like I'm crying and whining. I'm not. You know, but it's just the truth, man. Y'all gotta cut it out before it won't be. And maybe they won't cut it out because, you know, people keep doing it. And that's why we stopped the moniker. And this was DA's idea. We used to be called the defender of the fans. About 3-4 years ago, DA said, Kev, we got to cut this out. I'm tired of defending stupid people.
Can't do it. Stop going.
Stop going.
And because now, Kev, they're doing it in your face. Like, you.
They
It's
in your face.
It's one thing when your girl, you think your girlfriend cheating. You find a little thing here and there. And now it's worse. You see, you come out your job and she there with her boyfriend. And look at you like she don't know who you are.
No, yeah.
I'll see you later. What? He's sitting there like, what the? Huh? What? Who the hell? What? Hold on. But and they were winning that game.
The Jazz were winning that game.
Right? And he said, darn, what's the score? Oh yeah, y'all all sit down. Everybody here.
Hey, coach, they're up.
Water boy, in the stands, chocolate, that's smoky.
Where's the grad student assistant? Put him out there.
Let's put them in there.
Back to my original point. Nobody can tell me and defend this. This is not right.
It's institutional though. Okay, right at this point in time, it's no longer a thing where we can blame a team, a player. This thing at this point in time is institutional, right? So if we can say it's institutional, we're saying this is sanctioned by the owners, the GMs, to the coach, and they sit these guys down. Now, here's the problem.
No, you're forgetting somebody, the commissioner.
Yeah, well, I'm going to the commissioner. The commissioner, and people for some reason don't realize, the commissioner works for the owners.
That he does.
So you're dead in the water now. So he can't tell that owner not to do that because that owner's his boss. Even though we know it's bad for the NBA, we have to assume that this was sanctioned, Kevin. That could have, if the coach sits down, okay, if not, we're firing this coach tomorrow. Right?
Yeah,
but
he's got
ain't doing that.
He's got marching orders to follow, right?
Yeah. Look, you gotta do what you gotta do. But you take out all your stars in the game and everybody can see it, then you don't care if we see it. You better, I see you later. I see you at the house, while she's holding somebody else's hand. We can't, come on, man. They don't care what we see or what we know, man, because we'll keep going. We'll keep buying tickets. We'll keep buying jerseys. We keep doing all that. If you just stop for a week, they'll straighten up. 1 week, folks, fans, people, don't go to no games. Don't buy no nothing. Don't turn the TV on to watch a game. I'm watching The Hobbit this weekend.
No,
me and Bilbo Baggins.
You gotta go longer. You gotta go longer than a week.
Well, we will, but I'm saying if fans did it from a financial perspective, that would be enough to have the league like, oh, whoa, hold on.
Well, this is why they're not going to do it, because they're the biggest consumers of bullshit, and they'll keep on going and keep on going. They won't stop going. That's why this shit. That's why y'all said everything what I wanted to say, and y'all said it all. They're absolutely playing in our face. The fact of the matter is, when I get up the next morning and I see you got a premier game on, Spurs, Lakers.
Stole my thunder.
Wemby's going off for 25 in the first quarter, whatever it is. He ends up with 40 points in 26 minutes. I check the Spock scores and notice that there's no Luka, there's no LeBron, there's no AR-15, there's no DeAndre Ayton. What the hell is going on here?
Guys. Just, remember.
Fucking blow, Dan.
It's the TV deal, the revenue from that. It's not
I don't give a fuck.
It's the TV revenue. That's why they can do this. Just, had to change hats there real quick because I know.
That wasn't right, man.
You did. That was nice, though. You did a good. He'll be back next week,
bro.
So
I got your back.
He'll be back. He gonna get you, Dan. So.
Oh no, I got his back.
Yo,
guys.
I was about to lead into that.
Go ahead, Kev. I'm just sick. I'm just done. I'm done.
The Lakers,
with the NBA, and they bullshit. And I'm like DA. Yo, listen. DA says a week, but the regular. I'm going long. It's starting this week. And yo, man, I can't do this no more. I can't do this where I know what you're doing. And it has it just got into everybody. Everybody has they get in the bag. Everybody's getting money. And then at the end of the day, nobody cares about the fans because they're telling you they don't care. Because when you could go and sit down everybody, or just last night, Philadelphia, I think everybody was sitting except for Maxey and the rookie. Knicks end up winning by 50 points. Come on,
That's
man.
embarrassing.
Come
Well,
on. So you got fans that come to the game expecting to see MB, Prescription P, the whole team, and they don't see them. So listen, man. I just think fans got to smarten up. I'm going to be on the, smarten up fans campaign.
Ooh, this is a comic.
And
show. We call it prescription.
I'm done with them, man. These ball players, man. Yo,
Hey,
it's whatever.
Hey, I'm gonna add a little hip hop to this real quick. Bring y'all back to the '90s, and actually from this is from Biggie Smalls and Diddy. Victories. And here's a verse from Biggie. He said this on the Victory song. He said, "Real sick brawl nights. I perform like Mike. Anyone, Tyson, Jordan, Jackson, action, pack guns, ridiculous." So if you don't know what he was saying when Big was saying that verse, every one of those stars that he named, they brought it every time they performed on stage, whether it be Mike Tyson, Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? And to come to where we at right now, and I know, we got the belt to ass to the NBA right now because it's deservedly so. The LA Lakers listed LeBron James, Luka Doncic, and Austin Reeves on the injury report for their game against the San Antonio Spurs. This is from Eli Gregorski of the, what's he from? Heavy Sports. A matchup fans anticipate giving the Spurs star Victor Wembanyama. And I'm just going to say ESPN analyst Stephen A. Smith blasted the Lakers, calling it disgraceful that all three stars were out, especially for a high-profile games fans paid to see. I don't want to hear none of you high-profile guys either, because y'all part of it too.
Yeah, they are. All of them.
Y'all part of it too, because now I heard Bill Simmons just yesterday or today calling out. I said, well, where y'all been?
Can't do it. I don't want to hear them. I don't want to hear any of them. They started years ago telling me somebody don't have to play defense, but he plays offense, or he's tired or some shit. So listen, man. Listen, you can't be on this side for one minute, because you lose what's that word, man?
Credibility.
Credibility. No one wants to hear what you say. And I keep it real. The only dude I think should have been out for the Lakers is AR-15, because damn near Draymond punched him in the face, setting the damn pick. And LeBron that's another thing. But yeah, that's some other foolishness. But listen, man. Oh, so you here for Wemby? You're not here for that ass whipping, right? But when y'all play Sacramento or somebody next week, the next game, now everybody there.
And this is what I'm saying, D. Yes.
Professional boxing and basketball.
Yep, they're ducking fights. Yo, I don't want to hear no more. Oh, he's 41. Quit
already, man. Get by.
And that goes for anybody at anything that you do. If you're saying that the age is a factor, I need you to retire, resign, quit. If not, please just be quiet, continue to play.
Yo, DA, what you said? You can't be using this on the job every time you get the job in the morning. Oh, damn, I'm almost 50 years old. Nobody cares. Nobody cares that you almost 50 years old. Either can you do the job or you can't.
Hey, I just got this goddamn coffee and I'm 57 years old. What?
Yo, man, and he's been ducking, LeBron's been ducking marquee matchups for the last couple of years.
He's been doing this for quite some time.
Last piece, man, for real. It's my last piece.
I'm done with it, man. I'm with you. I saw it and I was like, this is wrong. This is all the way wrong. And in the words of Mike Mills, they are playing in our face.
Yeah.
Big time.
Kev, you said something the other day. You was like, it was almost criminal. They was like, this is criminal behavior. Like, There's money owed to somebody, and then you get your boy Dummy Durant. You get on there and say, "Oh well, you get on the European players because they don't care nothing about the All-Star game. You getting on us?" Well, you know why, stupid? They didn't grow up around All-Star games. They don't play All-Star games in Europe, so it don't mean nothing to them. You grew up with it, and it don't mean nothing to you. Somebody has to lead. Somebody has to follow. So if you're not willing to do one or the other, then shut up.
Kevin Durant said it for us a couple weeks ago. Remember? He said
Don't watch.
He said it for us. Kevin Durant. I'm sorry, Kevin. What's my boy? Garnett said it for us. He said that All-Star game where Kobe slapped his hands on the floor and told LeBron to D up, and he didn't. That was the end of the All-Star game, competition-wise.
Boy pulled up a fan. He said, "I don't want no smoke here. I'm just going."
He got him a church.
Ooh, child, it's hot in here.
Yeah.
Ooh, child, it's hot.
I had enough, man. I had enough.
Yeah,
you know
man.
what? Do what y'all want this weekend, man. Yo, make a decision, make a choice, man. We at the Sports Chasers. I would like to just say that we try to be informative, also educational, and also tell you like it is, man.
And I'm taking a stand. I'm not watching any of that shit this weekend. I'm just telling you right now.
Yeah, man. Let me go.
I'm out.
Let me go to the sport. They play.
Let's go to a real sport.
Yeah. The National Hockey League, the Olympics. The USA, they beat Latvia. Is it Latvia?
Latvia.
Yeah, Latvia. Yeah, I was getting ready to say Lafayette. No, that's my school.
No.
Latvia. Dan, take it away. Dan, what you got for us for the Olympics, man?
Well, we'll start with the guys because they only played one game so far. But earlier, Switzerland, they beat France 4-0. And then I think 10:30 game this morning was Canada and Czechia. I missed that game, but I caught the highlights. Canada's going to be a problem.
Well, they're pretty good.
They are stacked. Crosby had 2 assists. McDavid had 3 assists. They didn't really score. I think it was like Bo Horvat scored. Celebrini scored the first goal. Nick Suzuki scored the 5th goal. I'm trying to think. Stone scored a goal for them on a beautiful pass from Mitch Marner. And then McDavid set up McKinnon. It was like Crosby to McDavid, who just kind of stick-handled beside the net and then saucered a pass right over the crease. And McKinnon took it right out of the air, put it in the back of the net. And Binnington, he struggles during the regular season, but you put that guy on a big stage, and he always performs. He got the shutout, 5-0. It's going to be interesting to see how the rest of the men's side goes, but Canada is definitely looking scary. And then I think it was 3:10. They had Germany and Denmark and USA and Latvia playing. I didn't watch the Germany game, but I watched the US game. And it was 1-1 after the first, but USA scored 2 goals that were challenged and called back. So I think Brock Nelson was offside on one of them. And then they called goaltender interference, I think, on JT Miller. And the offside, that's pretty cut and dry. The interference one, I don't know. I mean, his skate was in the blue paint. It is international rules, so a little bit different than NHL rules.
So what's the difference as when it comes to those rules?
They're probably a little bit more stingy on the calls. Like if you're in the blue paint and you impede the goalie from moving to a place where he might make the save, they'll call it. Where in the NHL, it's normal. You got to have physical contact.
And for context, Dan, just to give our fans that don't know, they might not know the difference between NHL hockey and Olympic hockey. Are we going to see more physical play, or are we going to see more finesse play, or are we going to see more fighting or less fighting? Your opinion?
You will see no fighting, because like that 3 fights in 9 seconds in the Four Nations, that will not happen, because it's a game misconduct. So if you get in a fight, you're out. So it may happen where you see a fight, but you won't see it when it comes to, like, once they get to the quarterfinals, the knockout round. That will not happen. But like I said, I was watching the USA game. Latvia kept it close. First period it was 1-1 at the intermission, and then first 10 minutes of the second it was still 1-1, and then like it was one of the pivotal shifts where the U.S. kept the defense for Latvia on the ice. It had to have been 3 minutes. Like, they would be able to get the puck out, but they wouldn't be able to get it far enough to where they could change. U.S. come back in. The one defenseman, he finally cross-checked the guy in front of the net and got a penalty. So when they touched the puck, the whistle blew, and they finally got a break. And the Columbus goalie, is it Meslurkin? He was face down on the ice, and you could just see him gasping for air, because like they were just all over him for like 3 straight minutes. And then they got on the power play. I believe they scored a goal. I think it was Brock Nelson scored. Beautiful play too. He came down, and one of the Hughes boys finally coming down the slot, and he faked the shot, pulled to the backhand, empty net. And they just started rolling in that second period. They end up winning 5-1. And like I said, Latvia put up a good fight at the beginning. But then I think just after, like I said, when they got hemmed in that one shift, they got gassed. And they end up pulling the goalie to start the third period. And they brought in Shilovs from the Penguins. So we'll see how that goes. Like Germany, they beat Denmark 3-1. They got the good guys. You got Draisaitl, Ehlers, Eller, a couple Mullers. But I don't know. This side of the tournament, on the men's side's a little bit different than the women's, because they're playing 3 games, and whoever wins the pool gets a bye to the quarterfinal. And then I think 8 teams that are left over play for whoever wins. They're the teams that get into the quarterfinals. So
Who's your favorite to win this?
From what I saw today, Canada. And like, so
hey Dan, is that a repeat from when was it last? Was it last year when it's USA? But I think that was just an All-Star game with
the Four Nations.
Yeah,
the Four Nations, and Canada ended up winning that. So is it like a continuation? Is Canada still that? I mean, as you said, Canada is still that good.
But like I was looking at the rosters, kind of. So like the Four Nations was a different animal because it was under, I believe, NHL rules.
So right,
so you had the fighting and all that kind of good stuff.
It was good.
Where this is more about speed, finesse, physicality,
okay. Different type. Of
checking type.
Okay.
Where Canada, like they got a Celebrini, they got a Nick Suzuki, they got I'm trying to think who the other guy was. I think Seth Jarvis is on that team, but they're not big physical players. They're the more finesse players, skilled players, fast players. Where like I looked at the USA throw check from the Rangers, JT Miller from the Rangers, Brock Nelson, Tage Thompson. They got bigger guys. So and really the speed from the Americans is on the defensive side, like with Wawrzinski, Quinn Hughes, Sanderson, where they move the puck quickly and they're good skaters, fast skaters. But their front line is more bigger dudes. So it'll be interesting to see because they're on different trajectories as far as once they get out of this 3-game pool play, that they'll be in different brackets. So if they meet, it would be the gold medal game from what I saw of the bracket. And that'll be an interesting matchup. And Bucky's back from, his injury for because he plays for Winnipeg. He was out there for a while with an injury, and he looked good. I mean, they only had 18 shots. So, yeah, like I said, after the 10-minute mark in the second period, it was all USA. And I believe they play USA. Canada plays Friday. Their back-to-back game, and then Saturday, Sunday is the U.S. games. Yeah, so Canada plays again against Switzerland, and then Saturday the 14th, USA plays Denmark, and they turn around.
I got you if you want, Dan. Oh yeah, they got a lot. Go ahead.
Once those first 3 games works itself out, and who gets the buys and who has to play the extra games, I don't foresee USA or Canada having to play an extra game. I think they'll get through. And they started the day before in Sweden. It was a Wednesday, yeah. So Slovakia upsets Finland 4-1, and Sweden beat Italy 5-2. But like I said, we'll see how that goes as it goes further into the tournament. But I expect to see Canada and USA probably in the championship.
So we got 10 more days, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Because they don't start back the regular season for the NHL, I believe, till like the 26th or something.
Oh, so they got a couple of days to get right. Okay.
Gotcha. And at the break, any surprises as far as in the NHL?
Well, we're gonna talk about the ladies first.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I probably still have the USA game and the Canada game on DVR because I watched pretty much all the USA games. And so the US women scored 20 goals in 4 games and gave up 1. And that was to Czechia, their first game.
Impressive.
Canada, they scored, 14 goals and gave up 6. Now, this last game, their captain, I think it's Philippe Poulon.
Yeah, that's in Canada, right there.
Yeah. She had a lower body injury, so she didn't play. But yeah, like the way that the U.S. is playing, like if you get a chance to watch the USA women play, it's really good hockey. But what's crazy to me is, personally, I think they got 2 defensemen. That's it. When I say that, I mean that play solely defense. Like they're kind of like, in the NHL and stuff, your defensemen, they're kind of anchored at the blue line. They don't really get involved in the play down low. You got a few guys. This team, like Stecklin and like Keller, they're like more stay-at-home type defensemen, but they do get involved here and there. But the rest of them, like I was watching them. Who did they play the second? The Swiss.
They just go.
They played the Swiss team. They had a face-off on the left dot. Hillary Knight won the face-off. Won it back to the defenseman. She walked it all the way down to the goal line. The far point, Win, I believe is her name, skated all the way down through the dot in front of the net, and they just passed it right across the crease. So you had both defensemen by the goal line and the forwards rotating. So, like, if you watch them play, just watch how their defense gets involved and gets into the play, because it's very hard for other teams to, you got to be able to know one, who you're covering, and keep an eye on them to make sure that they don't sneak in behind you. But they are very aggressive, and that shows by outscoring their opponents 20-1. And I believe they play Italy Friday, and Canada is going to play Germany Saturday. But like I said, Canada won every game except for the U.S. game. They won. They beat Finland, which they were supposed to play on Wednesday, I believe it was, but they had a lot of the ladies that were not feeling well, so they had to postpone that game and reschedule it for today or yesterday. So it'll be good. It'll be interesting to see because, like, I was watching some of these games and they're just throwing stats up on the television, and I'm just like, this is ridiculous. Like, Canada has played, I think, every gold medal game since '98, and I think they're 5-2 against the U.S. I think U.S. has made every gold medal game but one. I believe they got upset the one year and didn't make the finals. But this, like, they had the four-game rivalry series leading up to this, and USA beat them all 4 times. So I don't know if US is on to something, or because, like, looking at their roster, it's mostly like they don't have. I think the youngest one's maybe 20, but the rest of them are kind of mid-group, age-wise, and like some of these girls are just unreal. Like, I think Hillary Knight, she tied the most goals by a U.S. Olympian, and I think she's close to breaking most points. That Abby Murphy girl, she's unbelievable. She reminds me of Brad Marchand. Like, she'll get under your skin. She'll take an illegal body check at least once a game. But her hands and her vision in the game, like, she set up 3 goals in that Canada game. And the one she had, she went in the corner. She sucked both defensemen in the corner and just backhanded right on the I can't remember the girl's name. It was like Blicker, I think her name is. But right on the tape, boom, top shelf. She had an amazing game. That's a crash course for those two to meet, and also for the gold medal. So it's going to be crazy the next couple of days, because I think they're already in there, like, the knockout rounds. So I think, because you got Czechia, Sweden, U.S., Italy, I think, in one bracket. Canada, Germany, Finland, Switzerland in the other. So Canada or Germany would play the winner of Finland, Switzerland, U.S. or Italy. They go to the gold medal game. But yeah, it's been entertaining. And like I said, if you get a chance, even to watch Canada play, there are some really good, like the onset of the PWHL, the Professional Women's Hockey League.
Yes.
Yeah.
Has made a great impact on both Canada, U.S., and some of these other countries' abilities to field competitive teams.
Hockey teams.
Because they get to play year-round.
Right.
But you know what I mean? Like, they have a professional league they get to play in, which they're on a break too, I believe. But, like, I'm trying to think what team. It might have been the U.S. team. It's got like 6 players from the Minnesota Frost. So a lot of familiarity, a lot of chemistry already. But yeah, I'm excited to watch the rest of the women's tournament. The men, I'll wait till they get to the knockout.
Hey, real quick question, Dan. Any big thing going on in the NHL that you see happening after guys get back? Let's, like, give me, if you got 2 or 3 big moves or big items, issues that are going to take place within the month after the Olympics.
So I believe the trade deadline is March 6th.
Mm-hmm.
And they start playing again, I think, 2 weeks from now, the 26th.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe the 28th. It's one of those.
28th, I believe.
So you got like less than a week
mm-hmm.
before the trade deadline.
I saw somewhere in Minnesota, but
Yeah, Minnesota traded Vancouver and got Quinn Hughes, the defenseman, who's playing for Team USA right now. Right before the break, the Kings made a trade with your Kevin's Rangers. They sent Panarin to the Kings.
Kevin's Rangers.
And the Rangers got Liam Greentree, a winger, a conditional 3rd round pick, I believe.
That was armed robbery.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. And the Rangers,
Yeah.
This is where it really stinks, because the Rangers are paying 50% of his salary the rest of the year.
It's armed robbery. Yeah.
But it's armed robbery, but their hands were tied. He had no movement clause. He's only going to go where he wants to go.
He's going to go where he wants to go. Yeah.
And if he gave you a list of 4 teams that he wants to go to, right? If you're the GM, like the Kings, like, you got to move him, because if you don't, he's going to walk at the end of the year and you're not going to get anything for him.
Right.
So that's where I think LA, is like, well, we'll give you this guy and a pick or whatever. But, I think too, if the Kings win 2 rounds, they will also get like a 2028 4th round pick. So that being said, they kind of got fleeced. They probably, like, if he had a limited move clause, like where he could list 10 teams that he wouldn't go to, yeah, they probably could have got more for him. But when he had a complete where you're going to send me where I want to go, you're at the mercy of what that other team wants to give for him.
Yeah.
I believe they signed him to a 2-year extension there. So it wasn't even a long extension.
Did we lose Dan?
I think we lost Dan.
Yeah, we lost Dan. Yeah.
No, I don't know what happened there. It just like flickered. Okay.
Yeah.
But that and I think once we get back from the Olympics, it's going to be Crazyville, because teams are going to start,
Moving.
like back on your Rangers. Vincent Trocheck, he's another one's probably going to move. I saw something where he wants to stay on the East Coast, so I don't know that they would trade him in division, but they're going to be. I don't know if he has his trade, if he has a no trade clause or what's all involved with that. But I think your Rangers are going to probably move some people out that are on expiring contracts and the like.
Time to start over.
And like your boy Drury said, it's not going to be a rebuild. It's going to be a retool. So you're probably going to move a couple of those and try to bring in, maybe some younger kids and just play out the rest of the season. Because, like, the fact of what's left in the season and where you are at in the standings, I don't think there is a snowball's chance that they would have to get it on.
Nah, Dan, don't.
A 15-game win streak or something crazy like that.
It's on to 2026, 2027.
I don't see that happening.
I don't see them doing that. I don't see them doing nothing like how, who was it that had that 11-game streak earlier, a couple weeks ago? Buffalo. I don't see that. The Rangers can't score home.
Not with them pieces. Nah.
Well, Columbus fired their coach and brought in Rick Bonus, I believe it was. They brought in.
But
They've won 7 straight.
The Rangers just hired your guy from Pittsburgh, man. So I don't think they're going to fire him.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah.
I just think that, like, pulling this up. So, like, yeah, the Rangers got 50 points. They're 19 points behind the last spot.
No.
Not happening. Jersey, they got 58 points. So they're 11 back. And Florida, they're in trouble. They only got 61 points. They're 8 points back. Same with the Flyers. And then you got Toronto and Ottawa. It's 63 back. 63. So they're 6 back. Washington has 65. They're 4 back with Columbus. So it's hard to make up points when you got the overtime tie giving you a point and that kind of thing. So it's hard to make up a lot of stuff. But I foresee that it's going to be busy in a short period of time. Like, there might not be because TSN, Canadian version of ESPN, They always have the trade day show.
Or better.
Yeah, oh, way better.
Way better.
Way better. And like I watch that almost every year, just to kind of catch up on who's moving where and what's going on in the league. And usually it's a busy day, but I think you're going to see a lot of teams that with this break are figuring out, all right, what are we doing going forward? Are we going to move anybody? Or is there anybody we like to move? Is there anybody that we want to pick up? It gives them time to kind of really just focus on how to fix their team. So I got a feeling when they get back they lift the trade, the movement, no movement thing, that it's going to get busy in a hurry. But like I said, Toronto's in trouble. I'm missing the playoffs. LA, they made that trade for Panarin. They're sitting 3 points out of the last spot to get in. And teams like Winnipeg that was, the last few years have been really good. Them losing Hellebuck for an extended period of time, I think really kind of hurt their chances of making the playoffs because they're at 52 points. They're 11 points behind Anaheim and Seattle for that last spot. It'll be interesting to see like who moves where, because sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I look back to many moons ago when the Penguins traded for Jerome McGinley, and I was like, yes, this guy is going to be great for us. And then the way the roster was, they had him playing on his off wing, and it just never worked out. Like it was one of those trades that he went elsewhere afterwards, played great. It just the fit. It just didn't work in Pittsburgh. It's gonna be hard. A couple weeks without NHL hockey. Yeah, so if you're into hockey, I suggest watching as much Olympics as you can, or DVR and watching when you get an opportunity.
Women's and the guys.
Yeah, like the women's game has gotten a lot more physical. Like they're actually body checking and stuff. You have to be going for the puck. It's a little grayer.
A little gray. Okay.
You get that illegal body check call every now and then. If you're going for the puck or you get the puck and you run it, well, not so much. That's pretty much, right now not a whole lot going in the NHL. Everybody's on break, relaxing, getting healthy, getting ready for the last part of the season push.
Yeah, a good push down the stretch. So yeah,
really, like they only have like 20, 24, 25 to maybe 28 games left, depending on what team. Because like Colorado's played 55. So that's what? 5 would be 60, 25, 27 games.
Gotcha. Anything else, Dan, before we from the NHL and the Olympics, Olympic hockey?
No, not really. Like I said, if you get a chance, check out the USA women. They're very, very entertaining to watch.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, he's Dan K, the hockey dude. Ooh. We're going to have a visual. Somebody said that sound like a wrestler.
It does.
get my Ric Flair outfit on.
Yeah.
Woo!
Man, Dan, anything on the WNBA and their labor agreement, disagreement, what they got going on? Sound like they still just deadlocked with less than 3 months less for the start of the season?
I don't know, bro. Like, this has dragged on for so long that I just don't even care anymore. Like, they had a in-face person-to-person meeting, and before that happened, the players proposed a agreement, and for like 2+ weeks, the league never responded to them. They didn't bring anything new to the meeting as far as the CBA, and like, just watching some, reputable podcasters, talk about it.
Tell me what show me.
It's one of those things where they have a certain group that wants to strike, and then they have another group that I think really wants to take the deal.
I can split those up for you right away. The young ones and the old ones.
I was about to say, sound like the old ones want to strike.
Yeah.
All your people on the WNBA PA want to get that bag and get as much as they can because they're going out the door.
Yeah, sound like old heads at a union,
But like, think of it this way though, like, just this whole thing over revenue sharing. Like, they want it, the players want it right off the bat. Not like the gross, not the net. Well, the revenue needs to go back and pay for all the stuff. And then what's left is what should be split.
It's called owner's investment. That's what it's typically called.
But I think that's
guys.
The biggest hiccup in this whole entire thing is they won't compromise on that one portion of the CBA. And I got a feeling, like I've said this a lot when this has been going on. If they strike, this might be the end of this league.
I believe you. I wholeheartedly. It's not a doomsday prediction. It's the truth.
How about the pressers? Excuse me. NBA fined the Jazz $500,000. Do they fine the Lakers?
You know how you cure that? Not only do you fine them, but you take away their first round pick. So all your tanking got you no pick at all.
You heard what DA said, the latter? I know he was kind of chewing there for a second. He said, I'm waiting for the Lakers next, or where about the Lakers? Lakers need some of that smoke too. So that was disrespectful to fans. And I'll keep on saying I'm an advocate of the fan because I am a fan. That's wrong, man. That's just wrong, and that's wrong, and you wouldn't want it done to you. So
you spend your hard-earned money and you show up, and then you find out, oh,
everybody's in street clothes.
Nobody's playing. The game's on not TNT, whatever it's on now, ESPN or whatever. Marquee game, and you're watching a blowout by halftime.
And I know the networks. Yeah, they got the NBA got their money and stuff like that, but I know they gotta be pissed.
You have to be. You gotta be. What is this crap? But hey, until they stand up and do something about it,
it's what you wanted. Firm believer in that. The NBA let this foolishness happen too many years.
In the NBA news, hey, Dame Lillard, speaking of Dame Lillard will be participating in the 3-point contest this weekend.
Yeah, but you're not playing in no games.
Yeah, I don't. How does that work? How does that work? I haven't seen you almost all year, and you playing in the 3-point contest.
Hey,
where's Steph Curry in that deal?
He's out.
Sorry, he's hurt.
Or he's hurt.
Oh, he's hurt. When did that hurt?
He's been out the last 3 games, I think.
Yeah, I don't watch, but yeah, he's been hurt.
Okay. Well, where was he last year? The year before then, and the year before. But anyway, never mind.
He was shooting against Sabrina Ionescu.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
man. Again, y'all don't care. I don't care. So that's how it's gonna go. That's how it's gonna go down in D-Dub's world. That's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
You heard a lot of the media people going off. I was like, where y'all been though?
Yeah.
What's been going on?
We've been talking about this. How long we've been here? We've been around, what, 8 years? We've been doing
8 years in October it'll be.
Yeah,
right?
8 years.
And we've
They've
been
been back
talking
8
and
years.
beating it, and everybody tell how crazy we are. But come on, man.
Bunch of haters. No,
Yeah,
no.
all right.
I just want some competition, man. That's all I want, man. Just
Yeah, late to the party. You know what? I'm good. Start my 2K tournament myself on my PS5.
you ain't gonna load me.
Careful, they might set out in that too.
Yeah. No lie.
Hey, man. Great show tonight, man. The Knicks did sign somebody, right? The Knicks
Cat from
Spurs.
From the Spurs.
That's a good signing. 6'8".
Yeah, Jerry Sojan, a big man. Yeah, probably give
6'7", 6'8". He's a guard. He's a point guard. Played point guard for the Spurs.
Yeah.
He actually played point guard for the Spurs last year in a lot of games. I think if I'm thinking correctly, Mike Brown is really trying to get a team built that can compete with Detroit. So,
yeah, 100%.
We'll see what happens.
You need to get a team of boxers if you're going to beat Detroit.
We ain't got that. They're not ready. Knicks ain't ready for that though.
Hey! Shout out to Vanessa Warren. She's watching. She asked me today. She said, "What was going on, my Hornets?" And they up there wrestling with them bad boys.
Yeah,
hey, real quick. Charlotte. We talk about it, but I respect that from Charlotte. Because Charlotte been getting walked over for years, and finally it seems like you got a team that's about, they're gonna stand up for themselves, and they wasn't gonna take no being pushed around by this Detroit team. But I think Charlotte needed, actually that's what me and D would talk about. That's actually like it's team building. It's actually team building. Sometimes
team building exercise, man.
You need that
some adversity,
and you need it. But with the NBA trying to legislate so much stuff out the game, and they just they make the game so it's so whack now.
Oh, but you're a bunch of hypocrites. You just said you wasn't gonna watch it. Now look at you. Y'all talking about it.
Listen,
we're on the podcast. I'm still not gonna watch it.
Yeah, I still gotta But however, there's certain things I'm just not gonna do, and again, it was necessary for the Charlotte, and you look at Charlotte now differently. They went on that good 9 game, 10 game, 10 game win streak. 9.
Yeah, 9.
They're 10-1.
And they lost to Detroit that night. They got a couple players out. That's okay. I think it's a good thing for the team, and they'll learn from it, and hopefully they'll keep chugging away at least enough to get to that 8th seed. I think if the way they playing now, they have enough to get to that 8th seed. They can get to that 8th seed. They got a chance to get to that 8th seed. So shout out to the Hornets for that. You know what I'm saying? Gotcha. And it also gave the city a buzz, man. I mean, the city was actually kind of alive, man. And people, that's all they was talking about. Did you see that? And it's like it was kind of good. Not so good because as far as the fight and can spill over to the fans. We get all of that. We don't want that. But however, it was a good look for the team.
People that live in Charlotte, and I used to live there, and I still have my ear to the ground there, man. I remember when the Bobcats first got there. I remember when they left, and George, what was his name, George Shin, and took the Hornets out of New Orleans, and left the team there, and then the NBA felt sorry for the city because I thought, before that, the NBA was great in Charlotte. With Muggsy Bogues and Larry Johnson and and Steph Curry's dad, Dale Curry, man. Them teams were pretty good, man. And
no pun intended. It was actually a buzz in the city. The city was buzzing at that time during times. But
so, that happened. The team lost to New Orleans, and then you got the Bobcats coming here, Bob Johnson from BET, and then you had that whole. I thought that name was corny, and then when Michael Jordan bought the team, and he bought the naming rights back, rightfully so. And so I'm happy that the Hornets can finally, maybe put something together and put maybe a playoff run together, man. So again, competition, man. That's all we want, man. Nobody's sitting out. Nobody just taking nights off, man. Stop it. Stop playing in the faces of the people, man. Stop it.
They don't care.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's how
Okay.
one fan got into it with what's the kid in Sacramento, D?
I,
Uh
I know you're talking about. God, what is his name? Go ahead.
you know the guy, D, the light-skinned kid.
Super fan. He's actually from Brooklyn, but he lives out in Sacramento, and he was talking to
Oh yeah.
what is his name? He's originally from Brooklyn.
The high flyer, the high skywalker, you know, he could dunk all the time. Oh my God.
Levine?
Levine.
Zach Levine.
Yeah.
And he had mentioned something, and then I think Levine had said something back, and then, you know, it went viral. But you know, homie, just challenging guys, and then, you know, guys are not playing. So, you know I'm not crazy. I know my eyes work as far as when it comes to no pun intended.
Exactly. Sacramento Kings season ticket holder superfan Delvin Carter was escorted from a 2025 game after a heated verbal altercation with Zach Levine. Carter criticized Levine's lack of defensive effort, to which Levine allegedly told the fan to go home.
Yeah, this is what we got going on. You got guys talk about go home. Okay, I got you. I got something for you guys. No problem.
I got you. Go home. I'll keep my money in my pocket.
Pay that $40 to park, that $20 hot dog, that $15 Bud Light.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? You know, that $15 Mrs. Field cookie. I don't even know if Mrs. Field is around. I'm just saying, you know.
Okay, but you know, they following the marching orders of who? The commissioner, Adam Silver. Adam Silver told us. He said
highlights.
He said, yeah, go. Y'all don't need to watch. Y'all can watch the highlights.
Get on YouTube. Stop complaining.
Don't worry about that because you got to go to this place and this place to catch the game. It's so inconvenient to you guys. Yo, catch the highlights, but like you've been doing on YouTube.
Yeah. No.
Okay. All right. No problem, dog.
I wanted to end this on a high note, and I'm
sorry.
I'm still going to try to strive for that. Part shots. I'll begin with Dan first. Dan, you know what, Dan? I miss you, Dan. Hold on. Yeah, man. I miss when Dan be out, man. But always love to see Dan talking this hockey. Love that hockey stuff, and I'll put him up with anybody on these internet streets that know this hockey stuff. Dan is the man when it comes to this stuff. Dan, what you got for us, sir?
Oh, nothing heavy. You know, shout out to Ryan, Mikey, and the Angry One. Missed you guys. You know, April 4th, 3 p.m., Bojangles Arena is the Salute to Heroes game this year. CMPD and the Sheriff's Office versus Fire and Medic.
All right.
So if you're in town and you want to go, let me know. And, you know, everybody just, you know, be safe.
Support the heroes. Thank you, Dan. Yeah, what you got for us, sir?
Hey, man, everybody be safe, man. God bless you. It was good being here. Shout out to all the guys, man. Mikey and Ryan and you know, Eric. Hey, God bless you. All the people on these internet streets. Don't believe everything you hear and half of what you see.
Gotcha. Thank you, D. D-Dubs, what you got for us, sir?
Hey, I ain't got nothing, man, other than, man, enjoy your weekend. If you want to watch that NBA this weekend, it was All-Star weekend? All-Star weekend? That's what they call it. You know, do your thing there. But everybody, hey, be safe. Shout out to the crew. We'll see you, next Thursday, Kev?
Yeah, next Thursday. We're going to take a couple
Thursday
off. Yeah.
Hey, pitches and catches is on the way already, right? They already lined up. We got to get Al back in the building. See what's going on with the MLB, and that's about it.
Yeah, gotcha. Let me follow in Ryan's footsteps. I know he'll be very proud of me, and I'm just going to take a little bit further. Today in sports history, Wayne Gretzky, he tied the NHL record for points in a season when he got his 153rd point of the year back in 1982. 1987, Bill Fitch became the fifth coach in NBA history to get 700 career wins. 1993, the San Jose Sharks lost a 17 straight game to tie NHL record. In 1997, Kevin Johnson reached 1,000 career steals. And in 2002, baseball owners approved the sale of the Florida Marlins and the Montreal Expos. And here's a quote It says, I'd rather win 2 or 3, lose 1, win 2 or 3. I'm a great believer in things evening out. If you win a whole bunch in a row, somewhere along the line, you're going to lose some too. That's from the late, great Walt Alston, the manager for the Brooklyn Dodgers back in the day, man. So that's all I got, man. Enjoy your sports weekend, man. Shout out to Eric in his absence, to Ryan in his absence, also to Mike Mills. And Eric kept on saying, he said, yo, you better start leaving Alvin off that. That's right. Alvin is part of our crew. Alvin Clausen, he's our baseball guy, man. Shout out to Alvin, man. Like I said, we're going to have Alvin back on, talk some baseball here soon, man. So listen, we're going to get on out of here. On behalf of myself, I'm Kevin L. Warren. For the crew, for Dan K, for Darryl D. Dels Warren, for the DA, man. Yo, this is the Sports Chasers. Yo, y'all be good, be great. Enjoy your sports weekend, man. Be safe. And
Peace.
we'll talk to y'all later. Peace.
You've been locked in with Sports Chasers, where conversation doesn't follow trends, it follows the game. If you rock with the discussion, tap in, subscribe, and join the community that keeps sports real. Until next time, stay locked, stay sharp, and keep chasing sports the right way.